Good evening. Happy Thursday evening. Let's do some light martial arts like belt, right? It's a great weapon, right? Yeah, we'll do some like right? Yeah. Let's do this somewhat slowly. I'm not good at it at all, okay? I'm not good at it at all, okay? So it's almost like this snake, right? Snake. Basically, you can like throw it and then retract it, throw it again, right? Yeah, it's very like snake attack kinda. Whew, that should be good enough. Do take 5 minutes break, please. Whew, great cardio. Ah, okay. Okay. Uh, let me get some water real quick. Yeah, thank you for your time with me. You're my customers, clients, and saints because I'm a charity case. I'm on like a street beggar basically, mendicant. So yeah, thank you for your charity and so so happy Thursday and good evening and uh yesterday I watched this movie oh, uh Arsène Lupin. That's the title of the movie. I think it was filmed in 2003, from what I recall. It's a French movie, and it was included in Amazon Prime, so I watched it from beginning to the end. Uh, it was good. I mean, today, before yesterday, I watched Young Sherlock Holmes. It was very well made movie. It's just that too much violence against women. Okay, I did not like that part. And in this this Arsène Lupin movie again, violence against women. I did not like that part. Okay, but both movies are good movies and overall. And so Arsène Lupin in this movie, based on Maurice Leblanc's Arsène Lupin, and the the, the I did this pants is kind of tight, so I don't want to show you my leg contour now. This kind of like unnecessary, right? So that's why I adjusted the angle a little bit. Yeah, I'm very shy. Anyways, the uh very self-conscious too. Anyway, the so Arsène Lupin, he says he's a thief, but he sees himself as a Robin Hood. So the way he sees Arsène Lupin is he's stealing from another thief, bigger thief. It's a little bit communism, socialism, a little bit bourgeoisie. Lupin see them as thieves who take people's money. Bourgeoisie, okay, high class people. That's how he sees those people. So that's how he justifies his theft of wealthy individuals. Okay, well, but that's him. Well, I'm independent. I used to be conservative, so I can see both sides of the issue. Uh, I think there are goods and bads on both sides. Okay, capitalism versus socialism. Socialism is just another concept for the most recent brand for egalitarianism. Okay, egalitarianism has existed for a very long time, thousands of years. Jesus was egalitarianist. Okay, uh, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Arsène Lupin and um, the population model. We'll get to that. Okay, so there's an island, there's one apple tree, and there's one Adam, the bacterium. Okay, so Adam eats one apple per day, and apple tree produces one apple per day. So this Adam, the bacterium, can live forever. Okay, as long as sun shines. Okay, um, yeah, it's circulation of elements. That's all it is. Adam breathe out carbon dioxide. The tree absorb carbon dioxide. Adam go to bathroom and use it as a manure, human waste, and to feed back into the tree. And there's sunshine, rainwater. So Adam in this lonely island can live forever as a bacterium. Okay, so that's the story, and we're gonna make some perturbation, some fluctuation of some mutation. Okay, so the tree produces more or less apple, and Adam the bacterium sometimes it split in half or even triple fission to make children, bacterial style, asexual reproduction like bacteria. Okay, to make it simple. because it's already complex enough. There are a lot of variables, okay? And we have to simplify as much as possible in this mathematical modeling of population dynamics. Okay? We get to that. Now, let's talk about politics. So, uh, the Republican Party, not just Alaska Republican Party, no, nationwide Republican Party in America as a nation, not just Alaska. Republican Party's favorite candidate for next Alaska U.S. Senate election next year is we call her Mrs. Commissioner, and she hired an Alaskan lady. I think she's pretty young, probably in her 40s, probably in her 30s, I think. So you have commissioner and also the lady. I think she used to be a director actually in the state government. We call her Mrs. Director. They're all married and they're both beautiful ladies. Okay, and they are Alaska born raised Caucasian ladies. Okay, so we call them Mrs. Commissioner and Mrs. Director. Okay, yeah. And they both used to work for state government in Alaska. Okay, they're born and raised in Alaska. Female, Caucasian, in their 30s, 40s, something like that. Quite young, right? And very attractive, both of them. And quite smart, but I don't think they're smarter than other Alaskan females because I think the strategy they adopted is a little bit disingenuous. This 3D, okay, we have disingenuity, and a little bit stronger word is dishonesty. A little bit stronger accusation would be deceptive. So disingenuous, dishonest, and deceptive. And there's a whole spectrum of being basically dishonest, okay? Where do they fall in? Well, I I don't want to be too hypercritical here, so I want to be civil. But the thing is this, when Mrs. Commissioner was in Washington, D.C., the way those two ladies and their people for this U.S. Senate campaign in Alaska, the way they say is portray her as is, um, yeah, impressive, right? Yeah, she used to work for like just federal justice department and like internal investigator or something like that. Okay, and then uh, also the office of some intelligence community. Okay, way higher up. Okay, and so I guess she got some federal secret, top secret like clearance, right? Yeah, she used to work for some intelligence director of intelligence, national, federal level. She used to work there in their office as an attorney, and also Inspector General of United States Postal Service. Very impressive. Okay, after she graduated from Harvard Law School. Okay, so but so the way they portrayed her is that she fought corruption. It's about going after bad guys and making government more efficient and saving budgets, preventing government fraud or fraud from contractors. Yeah, that's how she's portrayed as in our campaign. Okay, it could be true. Could be true. Okay, but because I'm her competitor, although probably she does not know my existence. Okay, why? I'm unknown. It's called dark horse candidate. Dark horse candidacy. Back in the days, that's how I used to call it. There's a Wikipedia article about that. Okay, dark horse candidate. Very totally unknown candidate. Okay, I'm one of them. There are some others. Okay, so probably she does not. She and her people does not know even my existence because I'm not famous. I'm locally. I have friends, right? Yeah, it's social media. I have friends. Okay, but other than that, I'm virtually unknown in Alaska. Other than my friends in social media, local friends. Okay. Yeah. So law school is 3 years. So she was in Harvard Law School for 3 years. Okay. The last year in law school, they start to apply for jobs. I mean, even before that, last year, 3L, third year in law school. Yeah, they go to internship, summer internship to different governmental agencies or private law firms or courts, whatever, right? Or as a corporate counsel, regular corporations like Walmart, McDonald's, as a corporate in-house counsel, okay? They do summer internship. And then if the employers like them, then after they graduate, they just hire them. So summer internship is kind of like testing period, like probative. Their employers are probing this job candidate to see if this person is sociable and diligent. Okay, so yeah, just like in college, right? College internship, interview, job application, same thing. Okay, so as a law school graduate, uh, I'm sure she applied to many different government agencies, private law firms, or regular corporations, in-house counsel like Walmart, McDonald's, who knows, right? Yeah. And then I was just speculating. Okay. So she working in those, having worked in those governmental agencies around in and about Washington D.C., it could have been coincidental as opposed to her choice. Maybe she maybe she got a lot of multiple job offers, but maybe she has some future political ambition. So maybe that's why she started working in governmental agencies as opposed to private law firms. That's one possibility. Again, I don't know. I'm just speculating. Okay. Yeah. Or maybe they offered high salary. Who knows? Okay. Well, Harvard Law School is in Boston, Massachusetts. Uh, so typically those prominent law schools or whatever law schools, when they apply for jobs, they apply nationwide, like Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, big cities, right? Or Washington D.C. Okay, but the fact that she applied to jobs in Washington D.C. and other cities, and she chose job offer from Washington D.C. federal government position. So my guess is that she back in when she was in Harvard Law School, my guess is that she had some political ambition. You know, that would be my guess because she got a governmental job in Washington D.C. Washington D.C. is American capital of politics, so maybe she wanted to learn about politics, which is great. Nothing wrong with that, right? But her campaign quite doesn't say that. Okay, that's why my I'm speculating. Her campaign is not very being honest. And that's the part I did not like about her campaign. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being a politician, having political ambition. There's nothing wrong with that. But to be dishonest about it, that part is rather suspicious to me. Why hide? I don't hide. Yeah, do I want to be president of the United States? Yes. Is that one of the reasons I'm running for United States next year? Absolutely. Do I want some personal glory? Am I self-serving? Yeah, kinda. Do I want money, power, and fame? Yeah. Is that why I want to be a politician? That's part of the reasons. Yeah, very much so. I got nothing to hide. Why? Because I can handle the truth. All right. I can make joke about it. I can entertain people with it. But nothing is more entertaining than the truth itself. Why? Because we are dirty. We humans, we are dirty. When we are honest about our dirtiness, it becomes hilarious. Okay, to me, honesty is not just best policy; it's my best weapon too. Okay, that's the strength of my campaign. I'm like really honest. Okay, and it's hugely entertaining. Okay, yeah. She's kind of too much traditional politician kind of track. More stereotypical than seasoned politicians. Okay, because she's kind of naive. I mean, new to politics. So she's been even more stereotypical politician than established politicians. Why? I think it's because she's kind of new, inexperienced politician. This her first time to run for public office, as far as I know. Okay, so she's been too much stereotypical politician. Okay, so and yeah, yeah, she and her people are being too obvious. Okay, that's the impression I'm getting. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. How interesting. Very interesting candidate, right? Yeah. We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? Oh boy. So she's a very strong candidate, right? Impressive resume. She worked very hard, and but in other well, using dishonesty as a campaign policy, that's not smart at all. So that department, she's not smart, and also her campaign advisor, the Mrs. Director, not smart in that department. Okay, and because she's a Christian, passionate Christian, the Mrs. Commissioner, but well, they're all different variety of Christians. People believe in God in different ways. And I do think she's very sincere about her Christianity, okay? But I'm a part Christian, I'm part secular, okay? I do believe in Christianity in part, but I also study Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam. I study all other religions too, and I appreciate all other religions, okay? Uh, the way I see Christianity is this. Honesty is best policy, okay? Because King Solomon said in Book of Proverbs, yeah, God hates arrogant eyes and lying tongues. So that's kind of honesty is kind of traditionally Christian value, right? So there's some self-contradiction there in her campaign. Because her campaign portray her as a devout Christian. I bet she is, okay? But her campaign, the direction, at least so far, is at least disingenuous, to say the least. Okay, it's not just her; it's stereotypical politicians campaigns, but she's being more stereotypical than established politicians. Okay, so that's my criticism about her campaign. She's kind of new. Okay, so she does not quite understand how campaign works. Okay, this is her first time. Okay, she might get elected. Right? We should do a fine job. That I don't know. I don't know whether she's gonna do a good job or whatever. Okay, I don't know. If she gets elected, I hope she does fine job for Alaska and for America. Okay, because United States senator they get paid by United States taxpayers. Is a federal government employee. So if she gets elected, yeah, I hope she does well for Alaska and for the country. Okay, yeah. But from the get-go, her campaign contains some degree of, in my opinion, a little bit of deception. All right, so that part I am taking liberty to criticize. Why? I'm her competitor. Okay, so that's I'm doing my best to be civil, perhaps even constructive criticism, so that her campaign self-correct and start to be more honest about things. Okay. Another Christian value is love for enemy. Mr. Trump, he did not love his enemy. He thought it's right to hate his enemies, Mr. Trump. Hate Democrats, hate liberal media, hate China, okay? Policy of hatred, that's not Christian at all. That's like anti-Christian. In Christianity, you're supposed to love even your enemies. That's what Jesus said. Right? President Trump went against that Christian doctrine, and Mrs. Commissioner, I think from what I've read, she hired some former Trump advisor, something like that. Okay, so she's kind of going the same direction like President Trump's campaign, kind of hostile to political enemies like Senator Lisa Murkowski. I mean, it's good to criticize political opponents. It does give like checks and balances. It's a good thing. Okay, but her approach when she criticized Senator Lisa Murkowski, uh, Is it like hatred or is it some criticism, legitimate criticism? Maybe half and half. All right, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so anyways, so hypothetically, why Mrs. Commissioner came back to Alaska? Hypothetically, if Governor Don Levy had not offered her this high-profile job as a commissioner, department head of Alaska State Department of Administration, would she still have returned to Alaska? Or did she come back to Alaska just because of this fantastic job offer? Very political promotion, high visibility, as opposed to being an associate attorney in Inspector General's office in Washington, D.C., in United States Postal Service. Would she have stayed in Washington, D.C. without any job offer from Governor Don Levy? Or would she still have come back to Alaska without any such job offer? We don't know. Why? Because there's no such a thing as an alternative universe. Only one thing ended up happening, right? So it happened. We can speculate what she would have done without this Governor Dunleavy's job offer. Would she have stayed in Washington, D.C. for next 10, 20, 30 decades in Washington, D.C.? Or would have come back to Alaska without such job offer from Governor Dunleavy anyway? I don't know. Nobody knows. Okay. But yeah, I am biased because I'm competing against her. So I take the liberty to speculate that she came back to Alaska because of this job offer from Governor Dunleavy to be department head out of her political ambition. That would be my guess. Again, I'm biased. Yes, against her. Why? Because I'm her competitor politically. We are running on the same race next year. US Senate 2022 Alaska, okay? But her campaign, her people, kind of a spokesperson. Oh yeah, yeah. The Mrs. Director, she says in the newspaper interview, like, well, she was concerned about Alaska. That's why she came back to took this job. It was downward career choice because she was way up there. Federal government, United States Postal Service, high paying job, rising star in the United States Postal Service, and then state of Alaska as a department head. It was downward career choice. That's what Mrs. Director said. And I think it was a very big mistake to have said that. Why? It's too condescending. It's too arrogant. So are you saying federal government, Washington DC is way up there and Alaska state government is way down here? So the rising star of United States Postal Service, Inspector General's office as an associate attorney, and then taking this job in Alaska state government, department head, department of administration, it was a downward career choice. That's what you said. And I think she's kind of young. I think she might be in her 30s or maybe early 40s. I think I understand why she said that. Maybe it was not just her, it's a campaign team. Mrs. Commissioner's campaign team, they maybe came up with their narrative altogether. And she's just the one who said it in this newspaper interview. But I think it was a big mistake because it's too condescending, too arrogant to say that. Putting Alaska below Washington, D.C., federal government, That's not flattering to us Alaskans. Okay. And what does that mean? So Mrs. Commissioner condescending, okay? She's like, we're in the heaven. She came down to us like Jesus Christ to save Alaska, who's way down there, because she's concerned about Alaska. I would not have said that. Why? First of all, I think Alaska is doing better than any other states in America. Am I concerned about Alaska? No. I think Alaska is doing better than any other states when it comes to coronavirus, BLM, whatever is going on, crimes. I think Alaska is doing better than any other states in America. I think Alaska is way up there. I'm not concerned about Alaska at all. I'm more concerned about other states in America because they're not doing as well as Alaska. Alaska would be my least concern. Then why am I running for United States Senator next year? Well, I want to be the United States President in year 2024. Whether I get elected or not next year as a United States Senator from Alaska, in come year 2024, I will run for president. One way or another. Yeah, I will run. What? If I become United States Senator next year, yeah, 2 years later, yeah, I will run for States President. Why? Because I want to introduce Alaska to the rest of the United States to make Alaska a role model so that other states would become more like Alaska. Why? Because Alaska is what America used to be. In my opinion, Alaska is the last America. The rest of America back in 1960s, 70s, they used to be strong, virtuous, diverse, free, liberty, diligent, disciplined. Alaska still has that. Other states, not as much so. So if other states are more becoming like today's Alaska, then America as a whole is being restored to good old America, how it used to be in America. Did I express this view? Yes. In some editors, letters to editors. If they reject my letters to editors, no problem. I just put in my campaign website, copy and paste, no problem. Okay, so one way or another, you will be published. Okay, so we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay. All right. So well, I kind of feel guilty about having too much fun here, but I mean, in X File episode, which one was that? First person shooter, something like that. It's about video game, okay? X File episode, and Agent Dana Scully said, "Hey, it's not fair picking on a girl." Okay, yeah, but I'm a man, and those two ladies, Mrs. Commissioner, Mrs. Director, okay, those the campaign team, they are Alaskan elites. They are Alaska state celebrities. Mrs. Commissioner by now, yeah, national celebrity. Okay, so they're big. I'm very small guy. I'm running one man campaign. Okay, so yeah, uh, but in Alaska, Alaskan females, they're very smart people. Alaskan males, they're smart too. Alaskans in general, in my opinion, as far as I've seen, they're very smart people. Okay, they are very very smart people. Alaskans. Okay, no matter what their gender is, race is, Alaskans are smart. Okay, but those two ladies, not as smart as other Alaskan females. Okay, that will be my conclusion. Okay, yeah. So elites, yeah, they are elites because they work very hard, perhaps harder than others. But when it comes to smartness and wisdom, yeah, sometimes they're not as smart as non-elites, the rest of us, okay? Just because maybe, probably because they work too hard. So their wisdom level, rationality, logic, wisdom suffers because they work too hard. Okay, so yeah, being an elite like Mr. Trump, what he did in January 6th, not smart. Okay, he's an elitist, born with a silver spoon in his mouth, went to UPenn, and all his employees, they all went to top school, elites, okay, but not very smart. How about Mr. Biden? I'm pretty sure he's the same way. Elites, okay. Yeah. We need elites, but I don't think politics is the ideal place for elites. Because in politics, it's representative government, at least in capitalist democratic society, and elites, they don't quite represent people because they're not the rest of us. They're top 1%. How about 99% of people? Okay. So yeah, elitism in politics, I don't think it's a good match. Elitism in academia, yeah, it works very well. Okay. Mostly. And elitism in corporate environment, like private business, or even some government appointment based, or even judiciary, judges, justices. Yeah, we need elites there. Why? Because they need to work like 80 hours per week. And elites, they can handle that because that's what they're good at. Overtime working, okay? 1%, top 1% people, okay? Yeah. But when it comes to politics, I don't think it's a good match between elitism and representative of people. Representative government, okay? All right. We'll leave it at that, okay? All right. Then how about me, my campaign? What would I do for Alaskans if I get elected? Yeah, I resurrect Pebble Mine project. Yeah. And I also persuade President Joe Biden and his people that NWA should go forward. There's nothing to worry about. Oil and gas, okay? And Pebble Mine project, yeah, I think they should go forward. Okay. What else? What else would I do for Alaska? Yeah, resurrection of workhouse concept. Workhouse is this. It's a prison for homeless people. Okay? Yeah, kind of like penal colony, kind of. Also, mandatory work requirement in prisons. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Psychology, psychiatry approach, yeah, counseling, drugs, it will never work. Okay. People who commit crimes, people who are homeless, they need to learn how to work. It's about discipline. That's the only solution to get rid of homelessness and crimes. Okay. As a United States Senator in Alaska, yeah, I'll make sure that happens. Okay. It's that simple. I won't spend time about pro-life, pro-choice, pro-LGBT, anti-LGBT, all those ideological stuff. I will not have time for it. I will solve the actual real world problems as opposed to ideological problems. I focus on real problems like homelessness, crimes, creation of jobs, development. Those real issues will be what I'll be focusing on. Okay. Why? If I get elected, that's a job in real world, not in academia. Of course, in humanology, it's a science, academia. So we talked about those ideologies. But if I'm United States Senator, uh, my job will be 40 hours a week. I will not I will not work more than 40 hours a week. Okay. I will solve real world problems. Crimes, homelessness, creation of jobs, unemployment, that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah. 40 hours a week. No more than that. After that, yeah, I pretty much do the same thing. Humanology series. We talk about ideologies. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? And then uh we'll talk about some histories to broaden, expand our horizon of our intellectuality, okay, so intelligence. We'll talk about human history, religions, some mythologies, and stuff like that, okay? Welcome to humanology, okay? Yeah, so that's how we do it here. So, okay, we'll take 5 minutes, okay? Yeah. So yeah, just one last remark about politics. Alaskan politicians, local, state, national, they're great. Yeah, they're doing fantastic job, and I met them. They're good people and with good intentions. They care about people, and they're very smart, very diligent, and also they're some of my mentors too. Okay, they're great. Also, political activists, very smart, very hardworking, and also my political mentors too. Okay, they're great. Yeah, mostly Alaska Republican Party. Some of them Democratic Party too. Some other parties as well. They're great. Okay, yeah. Cheers to that. Okay. So yeah, thank you for spending your time with me. I'm a charity case. Okay, so thank you for your charity. Okay, so because I'm unknown, I'm relatively unknown, and we talked about fandom. Yeah, it's a collaborative effort. Elvis Presley would not have been remembered unless people bought his music. You know, record stores back then, like vinyl, this black disc, like this big, right? Vinyl records. Because they purchased his music, that's why we still remember his name, Elvis Presley. Okay. When it comes to the Beatles, same way. Okay. Yeah, great contributions of their fandom is a good thing. Okay, it preserve this value over time and space. The customers, purchasers, buyers of Beatles music. Okay, is collaborative effort to preserve and protect to the next generation and to generations to come. This is something very good fruits of humanity. Mozart, Bach, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, you name it. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's not just Mozart. He learned from other people. Okay. So he's just representative of his era, his generation. Okay. It's not just all about Mozart. No. It's his generation, his era, also his past and past generations before him, before his generation, right? Just collector of wisdom, right? Yeah. Synthesizer of knowledge. Like we're talking about Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei, but not Albert Einstein because he was wrong, big time. Okay, but he has some of his contribution too. But so we appreciate it. Okay. Okay, history. India, Hinduism. This is dualism going on. Brahma and Atman. Brahman and Atman. Okay. Brahma is god of creation, god of maintenance, Vishnu, Hinduism. Okay. God of destruction, Shiva. They're all three males. Okay. I thought Shiva was female, but Kali was female, goddess of destruction. Okay, but Shiva was male. Okay. Anyway, so when we talk about the Beatles, okay, we use present tense. I love the Beatles. All right, as if I guess some members of the Beatles are still alive. Okay, how about Elvis Presley? Let's say I love Elvis Presley, but he's dead. But we use present tense as if he's still alive. But his music is alive. His movies, music videos are alive, right? Yeah, so that's metaphysical life concept in humanology. Okay, they may be physically dead. Elvis Presley, Mozart, Bach. Let's say I love Mozart, his music. We use present tense as if Mozart is still alive, right? Yeah, metaphysically speaking, yeah, they are still alive, very much so. Most likely forever, okay? Eternal life, metaphysically speaking. They're physically dead, but metaphysically they're very much alive and still very relevant. If you go to concert, classical music, okay, yeah, they still play Mozart's like Requiem, okay, funeral music, or piano concerto or whatever. Okay. But in 24 TV show, hey, welcome to humanology. Okay, anything goes. Okay? Yeah, I'm drunk, rambling about anything. Okay, random walk. All right, because I'm majoring. I'm computer science major. Monte Carlo method. Okay, whatever. Yeah, you shoot a dart. Random walk. Okay, whatever. So, uh, in TV show 24, there was this fictional character, President Palmer. Okay, and he got assassinated in this TV show 24. Okay, so like Jack Bauer said, in past tense, he was my good friend, he was a great president, and he was a great man because he died. President Palmer, okay. So Mr. Jack Bauer used past tense. But when we talk about Mozart, Bach, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, we use present tense. I love Mozart. I love Tchaikovsky. I love Bach. But their music is still here with us. Live concert, right? Yeah, still playing in the radio because they became eternal. Metaphysically, their work, right? So, okay, that's the concept of in humanology, metaphysical life being eternal. Okay, eternal celebrity kind of. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, Brahma. That's God, like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, ending with vowel. Okay, Brahman is a concept. It means like eternal truth. Atman, it means like soul. It's like more specific human soul. Okay, Atman. So Brahman versus Atman is kind of like this dualism in humanology. Like we have inner core, substance, content versus outer pill, whole, shell, form. Substance versus form. Okay, yeah. I got that concept when I was in law school. Okay, tax law. Okay, substance over form is tax law. Okay, I mean Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Greek tradition. Yeah, Plato, idea. Okay, there's more like eternal stuff. Okay, so Greek philosophy, Indian philosophy. Who's first? This dualism. Substance, inner core that never changes, everlasting, forever, eternal, versus form, outer, shell, hull, pill, that does change in form as time goes by. Okay, who's first? Is it Hinduists in India or is it Greeks? Plato. I don't know. Yeah, Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, like 500 BC, right? When it comes to Hinduism, like Veda, Rig Veda, Upanishad, okay, they are like 1000 BC. So Socrates, like about 500 BC, right? He said, yeah, know yourself, know thyself, right? Uh, in Hinduism, in Upanishad, yeah, know your Atman, self. Atman means self, soul, okay? Who's first? I don't know. Okay? But it could have been Hinduists first. Because back in the days, there's this cultural trade between Greece and India. Okay. Yeah, there was Silk Road, and also there was this empire like Bactrian Empire or Greco-Indo Empire, something like that. Okay. Yeah, there's some cultural exchange between Greece and India. Okay, so it's possible that Plato and even Jesus learned from Indian philosophy. There's one possibility. I don't know. I'm just expressing some possibilities. I don't know. Hmm? It's just one possibility. Yeah. So also in mathematics, okay, binomial theorem, Pascal's triangle, presumably was discovered first in India or Japan before Pascal. Okay. So did Pascal learn from Japanese mathematician or some Arabic mathematician or Indian, South Asia, India, Hinduism kind of mathematician? Did Pascal learn from them, or did he independently came up with the same conclusion? We don't know. Okay. The moral of the story is this: if there's truth, metaphysical truth, like binomial theorem, Pascal's triangle, this combination, this binomial coefficient, okay. If it is truth, it will be discovered by somebody at some point of time in time and space, first independently, if it is true. And after it's discovered, it will be remembered. Okay? So we discovered some secrets of universe in this human series. This human series, or the papers I wrote, it may die with me after 50 years later. I intend to live very long, but if I die in my 90s, 105 years old, whatever, okay. Yeah, if I never make it as a celebrity, if never happens in my life, yeah, this human series or these papers I wrote, it may die with me, okay. But if they are true, it will be independently discovered by somebody else, somewhere else, in different time and space, okay. So there's nothing to worry about. Okay. Yeah. So Mr. Jesus Christ said, truth will free you. Yeah, I believe in that. I don't think anybody else ever said this. I think it's uniquely Jesus. Love thy enemies. Truth will free you, right? There's something very uniquely Jesus, yeah. Okay. But I think he also learned from some Indian philosophy, Hinduism, like Krishna, Christ. It could have come from India, okay. And his concept of the battle between good and evil, afterlife, kind of dualism, heaven and hell, afterlife. I think he got it from Zoroastrianism or Persian Empire, today's Iran. Yeah. Persia, Pharisees, Farsi, Paris, whatever, okay. Yeah, there's some theory about that, and I read it in some obscure website. It's not Wikipedia, okay. And I think they have some good point there, okay. So, but there's some teachings from Jesus that's uniquely Jesusian, and there are some other teachings of Jesus that I think I can trace back to India or Zoroastrianism, the religion of fire, eternal fire. Okay, yeah. So it's like kind of half and half. Okay, Mr. Jesus, half brand new and half from somewhere else. Okay, so that's what I think. Okay, we take 5 minutes break. Okay, so okay, yeah. Okay. So, last year when I was running for Alaska State Senate, Republican Party primary, yeah, I lost, but I lost the election. But when it comes to knowledge, physically, yeah, I lost the election. But metaphysically, I won everything. I gained everything: wisdom, knowledge, experience from other people, what I met. Okay, in person and also online. Okay, yeah, it was a schooling investment to education. Okay, so yeah, it was nice. And I had some interviews. Okay, in Facebook, published in Facebook. Okay, local journalists. Okay, yeah, the total viewership was like 2,000 views. Okay, the interview footage. This year, after 1 year, about okay, 3,000 views. Okay, so yeah, it's like a percentage wise, 50% increase. Okay, so yeah, this long term strategy of gradual increase in name recognition. Okay, it might be working. Okay, zero penny campaign, smart campaign, because there's this one theory here. Okay, humanological politics. Okay, humanological political science. Okay, if you are smart enough, one day it may take some time, but one day you may get elected without spending too much money. Okay, because yeah, smart campaign. Okay, it might be working. Okay, so uh, let's talk about American history. All right, so some of my friends said their ancestors were on board on the ship Mayflower. So I asked them, from what country? England. Oh, I'm sorry. So historically ignorant. Mayflower, duh. Of course, it's from England to America. Back in, by now I know because I looked up the history. Okay. Yeah, from England to America, Mayflower ships. There were many. Okay. Same name, many different ships. Mayflower, England to America. So asking my friends, the descendants of Mayflower pilgrims, to asking them from what country, yeah, it kind of reveals how historically ignorant I am. So I was like, oops. So yeah, I mean, history is a very big field. All different countries, space, all different time. Yeah, so I'm still learning about history. Okay, so Mayflower's history in my spare time, I learned that 1600s in England, yeah, the era of King James. I have to make another erratum here. In the movie Therapy for Metaphobia, I said King James. Oh, he's a translator of the Bible. By now I know he was not. He was a king, King James. He sponsored translation of Latin Bible to English Bible. He sponsored that. Okay, he was not translator himself. 1600s England, goods and bads. Okay, he persecuted Puritans, Protestants in England back in 1600s. Okay, some goods, yeah, sponsoring King James Bible translation, and also English literature in 1600s under his regime, King James. Literature flourished. Shakespeare, okay, continuing this tradition of Queen Elizabeth in 1500s in England. Queen Elizabeth, female, ruler of England, English British Empire. All right. Yeah. Continue the tradition. Okay. So some good and bad. Okay. But King James persecuted Protestants, Puritans in England, so they fled the country. They went to Netherlands, Holland, Dutch people. Okay. Later on, yeah, Dutch, Holland, Netherlands government made some deal with King James of British Empire. Okay, 1600s. So Puritans, Protestants who migrated from England to Netherlands, they had to run away again, and they picked America. 1600s. So that's the story of Mayflower. And there are many ships named the same, okay, Mayflower ships. And over 2 decades, between 1620 and 1640, a lot of Mayflower ships from Europe, mostly England, to America, northeast coastal, facing Atlantic Ocean, okay? And they named that place New England. Why? Because they are Christians. Like you have Jerusalem and New Jerusalem in Book of Revelation, right? Yeah, they believe that yeah, this is our newfound land, New England. This is northeast of United States. Like you have Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts. Yeah, New England. Also Virginia, New York. Okay, so New Hampshire, New Jersey. Okay, yeah, they're mostly from England. Okay, Jersey, Hampshire, some parts of Britain. Okay, yeah, New Jersey, New England, New Hampshire. Okay, yeah. Some of these early settlers, colonialists. Okay, some of them were successful, some of them were not. Some of them in Virginia. Okay, uh, they starved. There was some disease, famine, and some conflict with Indian American native tribes. Okay, but some of them did succeed. They made peace with local Indians. They even got help from them. Okay, 1620. Okay, 1620. Those pilgrims from England, they wanted to come to Virginia. If I'm correct, I could be wrong. Okay, but they landed in Massachusetts instead. Okay. And it's good that they did. Why? Because Indian Native American tribes in Virginia, they were not friendly. They were hostile. Okay. But Indian tribes in Massachusetts up north, okay, and they are more friendly, so they got some great help from American natives in Massachusetts. Okay. So they succeeded. It was very interesting story. History. Real story. Right? Yeah. They went through some very difficult times. Okay. A lot of people died too. From disease, starvation. Yeah. But to pursue their religious freedom. Some people in England, they fled to Netherlands. And Netherlands government and King James in England, they made some deal. So they had to run away again. And they came to America, Massachusetts. Right. And some of them survived in Massachusetts, okay. Pilgrims, 1620, okay. After that success, yeah, more people from England, some other parts of Europe too, they continue to come to America from Europe. Maybe some of them were like runaways, maybe some criminals, okay. Maybe some of them for some other reasons. But back in 1600s, yeah, it was more like religious freedom, pursuit of religious freedom, ideological refugees. Okay, there was 1600s. Okay, now this America back in those days, 1600s, 1620, and 1640 and on. Okay, Alaska is kind of like that too. Ideological refugees. I'm just one of them. I watched documentaries about Alaska, its history, Alaskan people. When I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where Ypsilanti, Michigan, I went to school in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ypsilanti, Michigan is like 20 minutes away from the main campus. Okay. Yeah, in my spare time, yeah, I was in law school, Ann Arbor, Michigan law school, but I was had this one bedroom apartment in Ypsilanti, Michigan, which is like 20 minutes away from Ann Arbor. Okay. Yeah, I had TV. I had cable TV. Okay, so I watched all these Alaskan documentaries like Alaska: The Last Frontier, Yukon Man, and also in Google YouTube, yeah, Mr. Hymercorth documentary, Alaska Bundak Saints, like outback country homesteader, okay, living in the middle of nowhere, like Anwa, Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, okay. I was so fascinated and engrossed. Okay, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go there after I graduate law school from Ann Arbor, Michigan, okay, and I did. That was like 6 years ago, 2015, May. May 30th, May 29th, something like that, okay? Maybe May 31st, okay? I did graduate from Michigan Law School, okay? Thanks to their generosity, okay? Because I did my homework, okay? But it's not fair to say I barely graduated, okay? Because I did study, okay? Even before I went to law school, okay? I did study law, okay? I read law, okay? Before I went to law school, okay? So yeah, I was a decent student, but at the same time, I was interested in learning dancing, okay? Yeah. But I did graduate, okay, and then thanks to my professors and school administrators, okay, God bless them. Yeah, so then I came to Alaska, okay, because I was so fascinated. I wanted to be part of Alaska. I just watch it on televisions. I watch it on TV. I did not have any job lined up. I did not come to Alaska to be a politician. No, I just wanted to get away from it all. Okay, 2015 when I graduated from Ann Arbor, Michigan Law School. Yeah, gay marriage, President Barack Obama, Justice Kennedy, yeah, legalization of gay marriage, okay, yeah, yeah. Some goods and bads, okay, yeah. Now that I'm kind of centrist, independent, in the middle. goods and bads. Yeah, we don't want any bullyism or crimes committed against LGBT community members. Yeah, so pro-LGBTism, there's some good parts there. Humanitarian, like philanthropy, protection of people regardless of ideological subscription. I get it. Okay, there's some goods in there. But back in the days when I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, 2015, I was kind of hyper for conservative Christian Republican. Okay, as an activist. Yeah, so I had to run away. So I came to Alaska in 2015, like 29th, 30th, or 31st of May, springtime. Okay, it was like 6 years ago, and I was just one of them. Came to Alaska as an ideological refugee. I remember this one sentence or paragraph. It's about people in Alaska documentary. Cool YouTube, okay? Yeah, the world that we cannot change, we run away from it. That's why some people from other states in America came to Alaska. In 1900s, yeah, some people came for gold mining, okay, but some other people came to Alaska as ideological refugees from other states of America. Okay? Just like 400 years ago, some people from Europe, yeah, Catholicism back then, 1600s was abusive to mandatory to obligatory, okay, inquisition and all that mandatory stuff. So it's kind of politically corrupt European Catholicism back then. Yeah, Puritans, we want to be pure. Protestants, we want to protest. Back in 1600s, okay, some Europeans, they wanted to, yeah, they realized we cannot change English, England, Britain, Catholicism, we cannot change that. They realized that. So separatists, Puritans, Protestants. Yeah, we protest. We are pure Puritans. We want to separate ourselves because we realize we cannot change this system. Politically inclined Catholicism back in 1600s, England. Okay, yeah, I will just run away to Netherlands. Then Netherlands government made some deal with King James in England, 1600s. Okay, yeah, we have to run away again. Exodus, like Moses in Bible, Old Testament, from Israel, from Egypt, Exodus to land of promise, promised land, Canaan. Okay, yeah, so there was their thought process, ego injection. Okay, they project themselves to be characters of biblical characters like Moses, David, whatever, Jesus, John the Baptist, Saint Paul, whatever. Okay, yeah. So from Netherlands, they came to America, Puritans, pilgrims, to pursue religious freedom. 400 years ago, ideological refugees to pursue freedom, liberty, ideological freedom, pursuit of happiness, freedom, liberty, ideologically speaking. Okay, 400 years ago. Okay, in my life, I came to Alaska as an ideological refugee, just like many Alaskans before me who came to Alaska for the very same reason. I'm just one of them. No, I did not come to Alaska to become a politician. No, I just had to run away. okay, is an ideological refugee. Because during President Barack Obama's era, he has some goods and bads. People are people, okay. Liberalism, Democratic Party ideology, goods and bads, okay. So half and half. Just like Republican Party or any other parties, okay. But back in the days, 2015, Ann Arbor, Michigan, I was very conservative, okay. So I had to run away from 2015 Supreme Court decision, yeah, legalization of gay marriage, okay. I had to run away from that. There was one reason. There are other reasons. Yeah, I was fascinated by Alaskan nature, Alaskan documentaries. Some other reasons, yeah, animals, moose, bears, Alaskan plants, animals. Okay, I studied Alaskan native plants, edible plants, how to survive in Alaska wild nature, how to build tent out of tree branches, how to make fire with these tree branches and tree logs. Okay, survival skill. I studied that, everything in theory. How to make fire out of these woods, friction based. Yeah, yeah. Adventurism. Right. Without knowing anybody, without any job lined up, I came to Alaska 6 years ago. Okay, because I was so fascinated by these Alaskan stories. I had to come to Alaska. Independence, freedom, liberty, okay, nature, wild nature, clean water, and at the same time, some technological ease like running water, electricity, internet, cell phone, cable TV, whatever. It's best of both worlds. Old world, clean water, clean nature, pristine nature, Alaska. Yeah, you have running water, clean air, right? At the same time, you have industrial development, you have electricity, cell phone receptions, and cable TV, internet in Alaska. Okay, best of both worlds. How can I possibly go anywhere else? And in Alaska, we have freedom, liberty, independence. It's like 400 years ago, good old America, where Europeans came to America to be free, ideological refugee. I mean, they didn't have running water or electricity back then. But so I can see some analogy there, analogy, comparison, similarity. 400 years ago, people from Europe they came to America to be ideologically free. 400 years later, I'm just one of them. Some Americans came to Alaska to be ideologically free. Yeah, 400 years before, yeah, some English people they realized they cannot change England. Catholicism back in the days, yeah, they too much political stuff, money, power, fame, elitism. Okay, yeah, they realized they cannot change that, so they fled to Netherlands. Netherlands government makes some deal with King James, so they had to run away again, and they picked America. It's like couple of months journey from back in the days. It's a sailboat, wind, north wind, westerly, or whatever. Okay, they didn't have any motor powered ship, electricity, battery. They didn't have that. It's about wind, velocity, wind direction. Okay, it took couple of months, I think, from what I recall. Okay, from England to America, Massachusetts. Okay, Mayflower story. It's fascinating. It's great story. And they got their freedom in America. And the rest is history. Okay. All right. We take 5 minutes. Okay. Population model. Maybe tomorrow. Okay. We get there. Okay. I don't have the answer yet to population model, mathematically speaking. We get there. Okay. We have time. All right. Okay. Okay, so I am your number one fan. Okay, you are my patron, benefactor. I'm your beneficiary. Okay, that's how it is. All right. So yeah, let's bring up this whiteboard. Okay, and let's do some mathematical modeling of population dynamics. Okay. Yeah, Adam the bacterium. Yeah, let's do some mathematics. Okay. Feels like back in high school, right? Yeah. So equation, right? Function. Yeah. There. So I looked at this Canadian mathematician, great professor, okay, yeah, Mr. Stewart, calculus book that I studied when I was in Madison, Wisconsin back in late 1990s, early 2000s, okay. Most likely before you were born, all right. Yeah, I was a late teen or early 20s, okay. Calculus book, great book, okay, so yeah. But I had some objection, okay, so if there's unlimited resources, okay, bacteria continue to divide, binary fission, okay, so, or hypothetically, triple fission, whatever, okay, yeah, unlimited resources, okay, number of people, number of bacteria at time t is equal to, yeah, initial population n0 times branching factor to the time divided by the period where bacteria can grow until it can reproduce. Okay? Later I found out we could go 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes, bacteria can divide again. Okay, every 20 minutes. Okay, so, okay, we have that. But this branching factor, right? In the world, okay, bacteria world, right? Some bacteria, they get born, birth, and some of them die, right? Yeah, death rate, birth rate, right? And also in this book, calculus book by Mr. James Stewart, Canadian mathematician, great professor, great educator, teacher. Okay, yeah, he has some exercise problem, so I had to purchase the solutions to that problem. It's about differential equation. Okay, yeah, I ordered it about a couple of days ago from Amazon.com. Okay, the solution to this different differential equation, okay, because I could not solve it. I'm not good at differential equation, alright. Yeah, it's being delivered to my house, maybe in a week or so. Okay, so yeah, there's this immigration or emigration, people coming, people living to this lonely island. Okay, and also there's birth rate, death rate. Okay, yeah, so you have food, you have bacteria. Okay, producer and consumer. Okay, so it's a race between turtle and rabbit. Aesop's fable. I I think it's quite plausible that this Mr. Aesop was Ethiopian. There's some theory about that. He was African. There's some theory about that. Okay, and I think that's quite plausible because different characteristic writing. Okay, whole fable, 3 sentences, very aphoristic, aphorism kind of very short, terse. Because I guess they were Africans. Okay, Mr. Iso. Okay, and his people, they don't have time. They are nomadic tribe. They have to move from place to place. It's a desert, Sahara desert. Okay, so yeah, fable story is not Greek epic saga. What Homer, Iliad would say, long pages. Africans, they don't have time for that. Okay, so we have to be concise, efficient. Yeah, a fable, a story, 3 sentences. Yeah, there was rabbit, there was turtle, they raced, rabbit fell into sleep, so turtle outran this rabbit who fell asleep. That's the story. Okay. Yeah, frog king, right? Yeah, frogs pray to God to send a king. It was snake or heron or whatever bird. Okay. Before that, it was a log, dead tree. They got on top of that. Frogs. Okay. And then frogs complained to God, oh, this tree log, dead tree. Yeah, we were walking all over it. Okay. It's not our leader. Send us somebody who's stronger, okay? And God sent frogs to be their king. Heron, snake, and those brand new king of frog country, they started to eat frogs, tyrants, dictators, okay? Very smart, very wise, okay? And great symbolism, right? You have some weak, meek king, yeah, they walk all over them, okay? And then you have stronger king, tyrant, the tyrant king, like Nazi Germany, whatever, or some Napoleon or Julius Caesar, yeah, they start eating people. All right, great symbolism there. Okay, okay. So population model. Okay, so yeah, it's like a balancing factor. It depends on the food resources, producers. This apple tree. How many apple fruits will this tree produce per day? That's the limiting factor. Okay. And how many children will this one Adam produce per day? They are consumers. Okay. Yeah, it's a race between rabbit and turtle, kind of. Okay. And I do not think anybody in human history came up with a perfect mathematical model for this. 3 factors. You have producer and consumer, maybe 2 factors. Okay. Maybe third factor is time. Okay. In time, your producers, consumers, okay, and in time, varying quantity, right? Let's say this apple tree got some mutation. Instead of 1 apple per day, maybe you start to produce 100 apples per day. Okay, and Adam sees that. Adam observes that, so he may decide to have some children as a bacterium. Okay, but if Adam produces too many children, so apple tree got some mutation, so 100 apples per day. But if Adam become mutant and produce 1,000 children per day, and then there will be some limitation there because one bacterium can have to eat 1 apple per day, overpopulation situation. Okay? Underpopulation situation, yeah, Adam can mutate again and have more children. Okay. So that's the population dynamics. Okay, we want to express that situation, scenario mathematically. Okay, and sigmoid function, loses function, it kind of evens out, but it never go down or go up. Okay, so that's not complete mathematical model of population dynamics. We want to improve upon that. We want to be bigger and better. Okay. That's our next project. We want to find one single equation, mathematical language, to express ups and downs or some even plus, minus, and zero of population fluctuation in one mathematical single equation. That will be our next project. Okay? Population dynamics. I don't think anybody has got this answer right. Have I? No. We are beginning this journey in mathematics. Even if I get elected as Alaska State Senator next year, or in 3 years later, if I ever get elected as United States President, will I continue this? Yes, in my spare time. Why? Because as United States Senator from Alaska, as a United States President, I will only work 40 hours a week. In my rest of the time, in my spare time, I'll do this. That will be my campaign promise. Okay. Elitists, they work for 80 hours a week. We need them in business, academia, okay, private sector, okay. But when it comes to politics, we need some creative solutions. Okay. To be creative, you need some spare time alone, leisure, relaxation, laid back, okay. So that's the campaign motto of this campaign I'm running. Okay, yeah. I represent 99% of people, common people. We need elites in academia, in business, or some government of appointed officials in judiciary, judges, justices, CEOs, who work 80 hours per week. Yeah, we need them, okay? They're doing a great job, okay? We appreciate them. We need them, okay? But when it comes to politics, representative government, okay? I don't think elites are the right choice for representative government because we have to represent 99% of people. Well, relax, laid back, okay, common people, okay. And I'm just that. I'm just one of them. Okay. We need some creative solutions. We need some leisure time to come up with solutions, to think things through. Okay. This will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Okay. So and we have weekend. Okay. So we continue to think about this. Okay. Birth rate, death rate. Okay, and production rate. Right. Maybe we have to rename this vector. Okay, branching vector. We call it G, generating factor. Okay, generation, generating factor. Okay, generating factor. Okay, so yeah, G is like a generation. Okay, generating factor. Yeah, birth rate minus death rate, right? But they're kept by production rate. Okay, environmental rate. Okay, so Yeah, some E as an environmental limiting factor. How many fruits? This yeah, we'll use F for food, fruit, apple. Okay, and what would be this operator here? I don't know yet. With compound operators, some mixture of different operators. I don't know yet. Okay, so we figure this out. Okay, so we get to the bottom of this. That will be our next project. Economics paper is already done. Okay, all I have to do is write down. All right, this will be our next project. Okay, so food, fruits of apple tree, apples, limiting factor. Okay, yeah, birth rate, death rate. Okay, yeah, simple subtraction, no problem. Okay, but when it comes to food availability, I don't know what kind of operator or some mixture of operators we should use here. So we leave it as blank. Question mark. Okay. And we continue to explore this. Because I think mathematical equations like calculus, differential equations should be our last resort. Because it's too difficult, okay? You want, yeah, continuous mathematics, calculus, differential equation is great, right? Great tool. But discrete mathematics, okay, dealing with natural numbers, integers, is easier to understand, okay? So we want to stick to this discrete model in mathematics, integers, natural numbers, as much as we can, right? Continuous mathematics, calculus, differentiation, that's our last resort. Okay, so food factor, fruit factor, limiting factor. Okay, so birth, immigration, death, emigration. People who come birth, immigration. People who live, death, and emigration. Okay, it's same thing. Okay, so when it comes to food, confinement, limiting factor, like jail cell. Okay. Hey, what kind of operator or operators should we use in this? Some synthetic operators. I don't know. Food factor. How many apples will this apple tree produce? Right? I don't know. Right? Tonight we talked about politics and history, religion. Okay, so my brain is exhausted for tonight. Right? This I'll sleep on it if I wake up early tomorrow morning. 'Cause I went to the gym during my lunch hours. Okay. Yeah, I'll sleep on it if I wake up early tomorrow morning. Yeah, I think about this further. Okay. So otherwise, we have to postpone this. Okay, table this. All right. So, but we continue on this later. Okay. All right. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Happy Thursday. God bless you. I'm your normal fan. Okay. Thank you. God bless you for generations. God bless you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Bye.